So something a little bit different on this video. I've got the release ready, I've got the mixes done, and I'm going to get this prepped, A, to send out to some DJs, and then B, to get up to a music store. So I'm going to use Traxsource in this example, and that's one of my favorite stores. And you can see in front of you that I've got a couple of elements open. I've got a folder with the files here, the 8th masters, so the full bandwidth audio quality. And I've got an MP3 app here that I'm going to use to compress down. I'm going to use 320 kilobits per second as the file to send to the DJs, and I'm going to get an image embedded in the actual MP3 file to make it all look really nice and professional. So I'm going to show you how we do that as well. So this is the first part of the video, getting prepped, and one of the things you want to do is to get together some artwork. So I've put together this here. I just got hold of an old image in the background, processed it, put the text on top. The app that I'm using is Pixelmator, which is a very cost-effective graphics app, very similar to Photoshop. You can get this from the Mac App Store. And so this is all ready to go, and what I want to do is to basically take the image that you can see there, and I want to get it ready so it can be uploaded to the music store, so they're going to use it on their pages. And also I want this image to be on the MP3 file, so when someone's actually going through the CDJ 2000s or whatever it is they're using, they can see the image there as well as the metadata information as well. So I'm going to compress these audio files down. So this is the app, this is right click MP3. It's a really cost effective app as well. I'm going to select these three and we're going to right click, convert to MP3. So literally it's converting them for me. It's like a batch creator, so you can literally select a whole load of files. It's going to create the MP3s for you nice and quick. So that's working in the background, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those MP3s, bring them through to iTunes, and I'm going to bring the images on there. So I've got the assets all ready to go. I'm going to show you here whilst they're converting. So I've got a folder here, the art folder. This is the exported image. Okay, so that's there ready to go. And when these are ready, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag those MP3s in. So it's nearly time to do that. There we go. Let's select the MP3s. So that's Command plus Select. I'm going to drag these in, and so they're copying into the iTunes library. Let me just take this folder away, and you can see them down here. Now what I want to do is to basically work with these. I'm going to select them all and Command I. And it's saying here, do you want to edit the information for multiple items? I'm going to say yes. So this is coming through, and this is the metadata. So the artist is Danny J. Lewis. Going to come down here, 2013 for the year. The album artist, the same again. And I'm not going to put the track numbers in here at the moment. Just going to come down. The album, I'm going to name basically the release. So When the Sun Breaks the Clouds. And I'm just going to come down here, composer Danny J. Lewis, and comments I'm going to put here copyright Enzyme Black Recordings 2013. Maybe some additional information in there could be good, but look, it's just worked through these. Let me find the artist. It's just sorted them alphabetically. And there we go. So it's copied the information through. I want to go back and do some more of those. So Command plus I. The artwork is what I want. So I'm going to basically open this up, drag this on top as well. So there it goes. So the artwork is assigned. And now let me just show you here. You can see it's copying that information over individually. So you can see here, there's the art. We need to get the naming sorted, the actual proper name of the track, because at the moment it's based on the file name, and that's not going to look particularly good. So let's just take a look what we got here. So this is a bonus beats. So I'm going to say here name. That's looking all right, but all of these underscores are not going to look too good. Let me just get that all tidied up. And really this should say brackets bonus beats. So you can see that the naming of the files is a starting point, so you may want to get that a little bit more tidy when you're doing that. And really it's a title, so I should be doing this in title case. So let's get that done. So bonus beats really caps as well. So I could have been a little bit neater with my filing, But just wanted to show you this is where we get stuff sorted like the artwork. So there it is. So information, when the sun breaks the clouds, that's cool, all good. And clicking OK. And you know, you can see it's all looking really tidy in iTunes at the moment. Let's get this sorted out as well. Not the most exciting thing for you guys, but bear with me. All of this stuff is really important. And yeah, what I'm doing here is the sort of stuff that you want to do just to make yourselves look nice and professional when you're dealing with DJs. Much nicer to have an image on there, correct metadata, because you know CDJs and other digital DJing tools are picking up this information. And you know, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this on here, and that's going to be sorted. I should have done that on the other one actually. So let me just do this. There we go, and nearly there. Let me just copy this one over. In fact, just for speed, let me do that. I'm going to do brackets, reprise, and I think we're there. Maybe on the genre, let's put down house, and could have done that with the other two as well. Let me just open these up, and that should basically copy that onto both of those. So we've now got the MP3s with the image, all the metadata all nice and tidy. I'm going to now bring this over. I've got a folder here ready to go, so the MP3s folder. I'm going to drag these now over here. So let me just pick them up again, and the 3 files are copying over. So you can see here, this is what's great, the image is there. If I pick this up, let me just not play it there, let me just do this. There we go. So the artwork is there. It's a really, really nice way to present everything. So what I can do is I can zip those up with a press release and send that stuff out to my DJ list. So it just feels a little bit more official. It feels that the whole kind of release is a bit more grown up than this. Basically, if I just sent MP3s out and did it really slack, it's not going to feel complete. All right, so it's good to actually come across as professional. So that's the first stage. MP3's ready to go out to the DJs. I've got my masters here, which are going to go. Let me just clear this out, by the way, because the converted MP3s are in the master folder. And what I'm going to do on the next section is I'm going to show you, I'm going to upload those masters to Traxsource, and we're going to do some metadata input on their tool there, and talk about the whole concept about the timing of the release, getting it into the sort of scheduling on their side. Okay. So when it comes to actually uploading the tracks to the record stores, there are a set of conventions that some stores ask you to follow. So you can see here this document here from Traxsource, and they're asking for a specific type of file name so that it all works harmoniously with their internal systems. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tracks and rename these and get them ready to be uploaded. Now, if you want to transfer files from your computer to another computer, one of the methods you can use is FTP. So File Transfer Protocol is what it stands for. And it's like virtually logging into another computer and then dragging and dropping files. So here's the FTP app. Now you can see here my folder, which is the local folder over here, and we've got the AIF masters. The folder over here is the catalog number. So I'm following the specific instructions from Traxsource. This is what they want. Okay, so inside this folder, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload these tracks. So I'll do it with one of these first. Let's drag this over. So literally it's now uploading from my computer to the folder on Traxsource's server. And I've got access because, you know, I'm basically a label, and not everybody gets that access, of course, only labels do. And maybe you're going to be doing a deal with an aggregator, which is something that I'm moving over to, because it means that, you know, basically at the moment, a lot of you guys know that I don't have tons of time to do this work. So with an aggregator, what I can do is I could push it out to them, and it's going to go to all the stores. At the moment, I'm just doing this thing on a store-by-store basis. Okay, so it's a lot of work for me. So I am going to be shifting over to that, but it's really good for you guys to get behind the scenes and see what's going on. So I'm uploading the track to Traxsource, and when it's finished, it will be sitting on their server, and I'm going to rename it so that it follows their naming convention. You can see here, so they want the catalog number and then the track number. So with my release, I've got 3 versions. I'm going to be doing here the EBR0034 and then _1, _2, _3 to show the different versions. That's what's going to go on. So I'm going to leave that uploading and come back on the other side, and we're going to get that renamed and sorted out. So as you can see, they've all been transferred over. What I'm going to do is get the renaming sorted out. So this is going to be EB0034 _1. So that's the first track. The next one, I think I will make the beats. So we're going to set this one up as well. So EB0034 _2. So once again, this is the naming convention that Traxsource have put down in their requirements. So it's a good idea to get this stuff sorted out. If you want your release to be up at the date that you specify, you want to make sure you're getting all of this information correct. So that's that sorted out. Now what I'm going to do is to basically show you the content management tool. So you talk about like CMS, content management system, and Traxsource has one for labels. So you can see here, this is the screen. This is a label system 3.1, and this is what you use to basically set up the metadata. And I'm going to come here, add a new release, and this is with my label, the Enzyme Black account. I've got another one for rough tracks. So you can see here the order of events. So upload your files, which is what I've done, to enter the release information. Then you upload the actual release image file, and then the rest of the information here. So let's click on Start, and it says here, upload the files. I'm going to basically make sure you can't see my password and login information there. And I have uploaded the files, so I'm going to click onto here. And let's set up the label. So it's come down, Enzyme Black, so EB0034. The format, this is a single, okay. If it was 4 independent tracks, so 4 tracks that were different to each other, that would be an EP. But this is a single with variations of the same track. So the release artist is Danny J. Lewis. Title, When the Sun, actually let me get my caps again, so When the Sun Breaks the Clouds, and all the information about the release should go in here. Now this is going to take me some time, it's going to be a little bit boring, so what I want to do is I'm basically going to fast forward a little bit, and I'm going to get stuff sorted out and then show you what happens afterwards. I haven't got too far because I just realised I wanted to talk about the dates here, so I've just put a little bit of text in here. This is a text that's going to go with the release, alright? So you can go as big as you want, or descriptive, maybe put DJ quotes, all that kind of stuff in there, but I just want to keep it simple here, right? So I've got a couple of sentences there, and here's the thing, you can choose whether you want to go for exclusive promo, which means that it can only be on Traxsource during that promo period, and that means that it's a higher price, and it's kind of like a kind of premium product, all right, for a period of time. So you can go into that if you want, or you can just put it out as a straightforward release. So I'm not going to go for the promo, I'm just going to do it as a straightforward release. So I want to put here the commercial release date. Now Traxsource asks you to get this stuff prepped basically a week in advance. So I'm looking at the calendar, right? So today's the 21st of April. And what I want to do is make sure they've got enough time to process it, so we've got a whole week. So I'm going to be looking at the 29th as the date that I'm going to release this, on the Monday. Okay, so the 29th of April, and let's put this date in there. So 29, by the way, this is month, day, year, so 29 needs to go here. January, February, March, April, right, that's 04, and then 2013. The date for Traxsource going live is the same. Okay, so that's that sorted. So that's fine. Let's go to the next stage for the release image, and I'm going to browse for the file. Going to get the art. There we go. Going to upload the file. So they've got the actual art here, and you can see the progress down here. So it's just loading that up. This artwork I've prepared at a reasonably high resolution, and I think it's about 1500 by 1500 pixels, so it's nice and large, and should be good enough for them to use as a thumbnail, but also maybe as one of the kind of priority placement images if I get lucky. You never know. You can see here that it must be at least 600 by 600, so I've exceeded that. And this is, it's showing the record label logo, the Enzyme Black Recordings logo here, and then the actual art. So, I think it's quite important, to put forward the label logo, the identity of the label when you've got these thumbnails, so people can tell what's what. So you can see that coming through, and this will then be assigned to that release. Okay, so that means it's going to appear all over the place on Traxsource wherever you see your release. Okay. And it looks like it's a bit of a kind of grainy lo-fi preview, so I wouldn't worry about that. And let's come down. I think it's going to be totally safe to go to the next stage. So here we go. So we've got to put in information about the individual tracks. Once again, this is going to take some time. There's 3 tracks here, so I need to get all the information correct, get the durations in there. That's all important. And you just literally work your way through. So really, to be honest with you, the rest of it's not that important, really. I guess the pricing's important. You decide on the pricing there, and it's been a little while since I've done that. I can't remember what we have to do there. Maybe we can choose some pricing. I can't remember. So I'd make a decision at that point. But I just wanted to show you the whole concept of getting the sort of metadata side done. And let me get one of these done for you. So I'll show you. So we're going to do FTP select. We're going to choose, just waiting for these to come through. Right, so here's the first one on the list. I'm going to click on this. So we're essentially linking this audio file to this. So when the sun breaks the clouds, and track version. So I'm going to say here club mix. Genre, I think this is Soulful House. The guys may change that, you never know. The duration, I'm trying to remind myself what the duration is. So one way to do this is to open it up and take a look. I could just push here, it's going to play it, and just bear with it. I've got a lot of things. There we go. Right, 520. That's the bonus beat, so I need the actual proper full mix. Right, 811. So get that in there. So 811. Copyright Enzyme Black Recordings. Writer Danny J. Lewis. Publisher Copyright Control. If you don't have a publisher, all right, it's important to put that in. The ISLC code, I don't have the information just yet, but I'll get that sorted out. It's important, so it can log who's involved on that. Track artist, add artist, Danny J. Lewis, add, so it's linked in there. And I would repeat the process. So you can see here, save track. That's going to be added in the list at the top. Add new track, you get the picture. FTP select, the second one, when the sun breaks the clouds. So track version, this is going to be the bonus beats, Soulful House, etc, etc. So what was that again? That was 520. So I'm going to bore you to tears if I keep going through this anyway. So look, that's the whole thing. And you can see why it's actually a good idea to go with an aggregator. So I would only have to put this metadata in once, and then they send it to all the stores. At the moment, I'm doing this with Traxsource, but if I wanted to put it on Beatport, I have to go through the whole process again using a different tool, any of the other stores. Okay, so that's the benefit of aggregators. Okay, so I think this is possibly the last release that I'll put up on Traxsource outside of the aggregators, and it's been an interesting experience for me. So, for you guys, the most important thing is getting your metadata correct, all of this information, so that the end result is a speedy upload to Traxsource, and it's in the stores really quickly and on schedule, all these other things. And that's the whole thing about digital releases. It's quite easy, because you can make a track, get it finished, get it mastered, be very happy with it, upload it, and it could be on sale within a week, which is an amazing thing about the whole digital music industry. So I hope you enjoyed that little behind the scenes look, and look forward to the release coming out. If you're into the Soulful House side, please support it, please spread the word, and yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll speak to you guys soon.